going to invite Mrs. Latoya Roberts to come to this fore and let us have this discussion this morning surrounding empowering the orange industry. Good morning and welcome to you.
Good morning. Good morning to Bigger Updates. Thank you
Right,
so
all
much for
right.
having me here.
It's always a pleasure to have Tobagonians at the forefront of our discussions. Always, always. And certainly you are no stranger to me. You seem to wear many hats. And I see you're representing the theme this morning. Orange.
Yes, very much so. It's all creative economy. It's all about the orange economy this morning.
All right. So just for those who don't know what you do, tell us about the IDB, what it represents and what it does, and what is your role in this organization.
So good morning online and those that are connected in different parts of the world. So the Inter-American Development Bank, it is a development bank, and a lot of people get confused what that means. And basically, organization working within Latin America and the Caribbean. So we represent this region from America, Central America, South America countries, and also the Caribbean countries. We work with the government and also private sector entities towards products and services that benefit the region to grow. So we, whether it's loan funding to governments, we also do grant funding to NGOs, private sector organizations, persons that are creating innovative solutions that will benefit the region. And then we also offer technical support and advice in different development areas, whether it's through infrastructure, health, development, transport, a wide range of areas in our portfolio. So just think of that large lateral organization working in this region to really make life better for the people who reside in the part of the world.
Okay, so
And
can you
specifically, sorry, so I was just going to say I sit in the country office of Trinidad and Tobago because we have many offices throughout the region, and specifically my portfolio deals with commissions and also stakeholder engagement.
okay, so can you share with me what is the inspiration for starting this program?
That's a wonderful question. So part of our portfolio in trade and also private sector development, and specifically we understand the role of SMEs in local economies. Specifically, about 90% of these based in Latin America and the Caribbean are actually SMEs. So they export a lot of products through. A lot of the population is paid, and therefore we know it will lead to better employment. And as a result of that, we know the sectors that are functioning countries will one for tourism industry, others will focus in on whether it's the oil and gas, some are still focusing more on services industries. But with the last few years, the creative industries has been really growing. When we talk about creatives, we are thinking broadly cultural industries, creative industries. So this is some videographers, or design persons, or persons that are working in art and technology, or persons that are working in the handicraft and those traditional industries. And that is a large section of our economy. And we realize that there's opportunities for network sharing resources around the region. So in March 2014, the Connect Americas platform was born, and it's actually a collaboration with the IDP and many players such as Google, Meta, MasterCard, DHL, CLAN, etc., to create one of the largest online business platforms in Latin America and the Caribbean. And specifically this year, we would have launched a part of the platform that focused on creative industries.
Okay, so how do entrepreneurs gain access to this program?
So the Connect Americas platform is very simple. Just as any other website that exists, you can just go to your browser, type in Connect Americas, and then you can create an account on the platform. You could simply create it via your email address and a password, or you could log into one of your existing social media sites, for example, your Gmail address or your account, and then you can create a profile. When you're there, your profile as an individual, if you're an individual creator, or if you're a company and you want to include your company registration, the more details that you decide to put up your company and the greater you build your profile, it's the better opportunities that you may receive on that platform for marketing, for connection to supply services and products, for opportunities to do the workshops, the webinars, the trade, the export-oriented activities throughout the platform.
My question to you for the young viewers and that is listening, what is the orange industry? And we have been hearing a lot of colors, you have red, pink, yellow, blue, green. Is there going to be brown? What does the orange industry represent? For those who might not understand what it means.
So that's a very excellent question. The orange economy was a term coined by the IDP about 7 years ago. I've completed a study that dealt with the different sectors that are operating in the regions, not in America and the Caribbean, but around the globe. And we realized that there was a certain sector that comprised of persons that are trading in cultural goods and cultural services and creative goods. And the creative economy is very broad. You could be working in the manufacturing industry. For example, you're working in an assembly line, manufactures cars, but the person that works on the colors towards the car, or the person that does the modeling and the sketches and the design towards that car. Or you could be an artist, you could be a record singer, and you work along a product line, whether it's with a sound engineer, you're working with the writer of your songs, the musical technician, you're an artist. So the creative industry is broad. It really speaks to how people use culture, innovation, and the creativeness of theirs to create a product or service that will benefit the community. Many aspects of the creative industry are product oriented and others are service driven. So it's of the two, but it really focuses on orange. We saw it as a color, being the vibrancy, the life, the creativity of human being coming together to create those products and services that we all enjoy.
So in the context of Tobago, tourism is a major part of our economy here, both locally and nationally. What role would you see the orange economy playing in ensuring that Tobago is at the forefront of a lot of these developments? Because as you would understand, as you would have rightfully mentioned, culture is one of the key tenets in the orange economy. Entertainment is one of those other things. If you were to inspire a young person, tell them how important this economy is in ensuring that Tobago is at the fore.
Excellent question. I love how you bring that point up. The orange economy and creative industries of all service sectors, and specifically Tobago landscape, because we are predominantly based on tourism. There are different niches of tourism, soft and adventure, or whether it's cultural products that we sell through our festivals. We have a big carnival coming October. That's our ecosystem within itself. From the from the event planners, all the side events that might happen, from the wire benders and the costume designers, from the musical arrangements, every and that whole process line within itself. And even if you're not thinking that your service or your product is really broad within the creative industry, think about it. Somebody has an event. Who is a graphic designer that works on the communication materials that you have to put out? It's all the branding product that goes into activity. The idea of to get a cup has to conceptualize and design the color, the layout, the formatting of the words. All of those things are opportunities in which creatives operate and function daily. I would also like to remind us that everything is evolving. 5 to 8 years ago, we did not have job titles as influencer. They are creatives. Social content strategists. They are creative. So creative industry has also been able to use a lot of technology to support the work that you're doing, and really works well because it allows the creators to cross borders. The same tourism industry is moving persons from one place.
So for a young person who is interested in getting more information in terms of the orange economy and what the IDB is doing, where can we access this information?
That's a great question. So the Connect Americas platform up via your Google browser, you could just type Connect Americas and you could create an account there. There's also an account on Facebook for the Connect Americas that allows a lot of networking and information. And also you can also access information by the country representative of the IDB in Trinidad and Tobago, that is Ms. Karine. Social media handles at NC Coburn and at COCKBURN rep TT. But at the end of the day, IDBs are very known. So once you Google IDB, you check us out on social media platforms, you'll also find relevant links to the other aspects of our programming that we offer.
Right, all right. Just before we go and wrap up this interview this morning, you mentioned technology being one of the key aspects of, making sure that creatives in this space be able to ply their trade and, go to places that, plane and boat could not take them years ago. What are some of the resources available in terms of training and even equipment and so on, that these persons who are signing up for this program can attain once they become participants?
So the Connect Americas platform is a resource tool. So there's opportunities for workshop and training. This year we would have conducted 2 trainings out of the Trinidad and Tobago office. We had dealt with intellectual property, and also at our country office we are now in the idea of 3D space. So we do have video screen, and we have been working with persons interested in 3D content creation. So there are a lot of opportunities for. There's also opportunities to access information on and funding, on opportunities to connect with other businesses. And as the platform continues to build and the request of the users, we will continue to add different services and needs to those who are engaging in the platform. Generally, also IDB is a very useful resource tool. So not only do we have this platform, but just generally following the IDB website and pages, we always announce different grant funding, different technical capacity opportunities for persons along various sectors, not only the creative industry. And I also remind that we work a lot with the private and the public sector, and we specifically have our President's Awards for Innovation and Service Excellence that deal with how the public sector have been creating goods and services that also benefit the citizens of Trinidad and Tobago. So we encourage persons to check out all the opportunities on our social media pages.
I want to thank Mrs. Latoya Robert Thomas for joining us this morning. Listen, it's really a pleasure to see, that we have entities outside of Trinidad and Tobago that is interested in economies like ours and developing economies like ours. Guys, for those who are interested, we're going to put up the page after the interview or after Youth Wednesday this morning, so you could look at the page and become a member and access the resources that could help to take you forward and by extension the nation forward. Just remember that we have a lot more for you up next. Just remember to share the live, share the live, share the live. We'll be right back.